Hello and welcome to another Nuix Bytes video. My name is James Billingsley and I'm a Senior Product Engineer at Nuix. What I'm going to be showing you in this short video is one of the components of our enterprise data platform. This component is called Nuix Insight Analytics Intelligence, which, as you can see here, we can interact with via a very easy to use web-based interface. Analytics and Intelligence is designed to allow me to very easily and quickly examine huge quantities of data and zero in on just the data of relevance to me. Once I've zeroed in on what's relevant to me, I can then just as quickly learn everything I need to know about that finding so I can react more quickly to conclude whatever incident I'm dealing with. So let's look at a scenario here in action. Here I'll open up a project called Graphene, into which I forensically collected and loaded a whole series of full disk forensic images, mobile phones, and log files, all which relate to monitoring and investigating possible insider threat activity. Specifically, did one of our employees leak sensitive confidential documentation outside of the organization? If so, how did they do it? When did they do it? And who did they leak the information to? At this point, there's a huge volume of data, forensic artifacts, emails, phone records, you name it, all indexed and available for search and analysis. Now, having a large volume of data does work to our advantage because it means the answers we need will, more than likely, be in there somewhere. But the challenge we have is, where do we start and how do we find those relevant data points? This is where our solution packs come into play, and they allow us to accelerate our path to those answers. Here we can see a timeline view which shows us a collection of solution packs and a number of bubbles shown on our timeline. These bubbles are all data points which our solution packs think are relevant pieces of information to us, all potential starting points for us. These solution packs here largely focus on drawing my attention to any activity involving what we call CVD, critical value data. So any activity involving our sensitive confidential documentation. I'm going to use this entry here, CVD emailed files. This is instances of sensitive confidential documentation being sent via email, sent either as an attachment or maybe just pasted into the body of the email text. We've got visibility of both. This is something that could pose a serious risk to confidential data being sent out of the organization and outside of our control. We have two small bubbles there, so we'll look at the first one relative to May and send it to our graph canvas so we can quickly learn more about this. We have three documents on our canvas now, and we can examine the contents of those with a right click. And we can confirm each of those is actually marked as having confidential content. Based on the logo of each item, I can see these three documents were all sent as email attachments. Now let's use relationship analysis to quickly learn more. There I can see this document was attached to this email. And I can see these two documents on the right were in fact attached to the same email. But before we consider reading those emails, let's expose who received these emails. Okay, so this email on the left was in fact received by two employees, Graham and Roger, both internal employees, so I'm not too concerned about that at the moment, and I'm just going to remove those from view. Okay, so let's have a look at this email on the right with two confidential attachments. We can see that this was actually sent outside of the business to a Gmail webmail address. And we can traverse the relationships once more to see the alias associated with that email address is Ming Wang. So it looks like sensitive confidential data was sent to an unauthorized webmail address. So let's see who sent this email. So we can see there that this email was sent by the employee Vito. At this point, we've learned some valuable evidence in a matter of minutes and can act on what we've learned and maybe save our finding here as a visual to report this matter. From a huge volume of data across thousands of file types and formats, we've used solution packs to accelerate how quickly we can identify key findings through our very simple point-and-click visual interface of analytics and intelligence. In this case, identifying that our employee Vito has actually sent confidential documentation via email outside of the business to an unauthorized third party. Thanks for watching.